Today, I'm going to try 3D printing for the very, very first time. Cool. Later, but I think you guys got us in there. What's going on, guys? My name is Jacob. I'm making 365 videos in 365 days. And I apologize that we don't have all the big cameras and stuff set up. Doing a little bit of rearranging. So this is going to be shot just on my GH5, but should still look good. Today, I got this. Sorry about all the noise. So this is an Ender, this is an Ender 3 Max. So my first ever foray into 3D printing. This was purchased by a company called Mech Solutions. So shout out to them, a company out of Toronto. They hooked me up with this. This is used, but they did already print something on it. So I'm hoping that means that this bad boy is pretty much ready to go out of the box. Now, with all of that being said, I know very, very little about 3D printing. I know that I want to 3D print, and I know some of the stuff about it, but I still very much have to learn about how to set this all up and get everything running. So that is what I'm going to do today. Is I'm going to try and absorb as much information as possible. It is 12:30, and I'm hoping by 5 p.m. I will be off and on my way printing. So there is some print stuff already on the card, which is sick, but obviously I need to do things like bed level, get my filament spool in. I got a bunch of different things I need to do. So I'm going to try and learn all of that as quickly as possible and see if I can get a successful print before I go to bed tonight. All right, I've owned this thing for all of 20 minutes, and I may have already broken it. So it came with an SD card, and I know they were doing printing on it beforehand because it kind of already set up through Mech. And I plugged in the SD card to see kind of what was on it, but I did it right into the printer. And I think what I've done, I've flashed the firmware that was on it. So I'm gonna grab a different micro SD card, format that, put a new firmware on it and see, because right now what is happening is I'm booting it on and the screen on the printer is just staying blue. And everything I've researched so far says that the firmware is more than likely the problem. So that's what I'm gonna do. Thankfully, there is a wicked article that somebody wrote about this. So very thankful for that. And that is what I'm gonna do right now is format this SD card and then see if I can put the firmware back on, because I think that was what the issue is. Welcome to 3D printing, day one. Okay, let's see if this is going to work. I sincerely hope it does. Not looking great so far. Well, oh, thank you. That's nice. Okay, now I can continue with setup. I still don't have a print file on there because I had to format the cards, but hey, this is good. So I'm gonna get back to leveling the bed and getting everything set up. But first hurdle down. I'm sure there'll be many more. Okay, just grabbed a quick model off Thingiverse, which is just a calibration cube to see how well this thing is going to print. Let's see if I can. I'm utilizing this tripod thing that I bought. So I've got that on an SD card right now. I'm gonna need to buy another one because right now I just have a 32 gig, which is way overkill. It's already sliced up. Ended up going with Cura for my slicer because that seems to be what everybody goes with. So I guess let's get it into the printer and see if anything comes of it. So I got some white filament already spooled up. I forgot to film that, but whatever. Huge shout out to the guy who made this video, which is Just Vlad. His walkthrough has been absolutely incredible, and that's the one cool thing that I'm really liking about this 3D printing community is there's like really no secrets. Everybody just loves showing everybody what they're doing. So let's get this in, see what happens. Okay, it's moving. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's doing a purge line, which looks pretty good so far. Okay. This is good. This is good news. I should probably watch more of this video because I kind of just started going, but let's see what happens. Honestly, it could all go for a shit right here. Ooh. There we go. Sorry about the, okay. So far, I mean, it's looking pretty good. I really hope I got that bed leveled correctly. That's my biggest concern. I took a fair bit of time to do it, but I think I might be doing this. It's a pretty little cube. I didn't see how long it was supposed to take, but it's making a cube. It's making a thing. I will let you know. Maybe I'll set up a time lapse and we'll see. Okay, so that didn't take long. It seems that it is frozen. It froze pretty early, so I'm not sure what has happened, but it's not happy. So I'm not entirely sure what I do here. If I just leave it and maybe it starts up again, but it's made quite a blob. So I think I'm just gonna turn it off and try this again. Well, technically speaking, I did 3D print something, just not properly. So that's as far as we got. We got like the base layer down and then it blobbed out. So I'm gonna try it again. I'm just gonna turn it back on and see if maybe if I just let it go again, if that will do it. I'm not sure. I think that's the only thing I can try right now and go from there. Oh, I could have resumed print. Whoops. Well, I'm gonna stop it. Okay, I re-leveled the bed again. I'm gonna try and see if we can do this one more time. I'm hoping the bed temperature, I mean, it's a little bit low, but it's gonna hopefully warm up and do it again. That's the only thing I can think of, is that maybe it crashed out, but we'll see. I'm not far off temperature wise, so we'll try it again and see if this does it. I like frustrating hobbies, as weird as that sounds, so this should be perfect for me. Also, this is not gonna be its permanent home. I'm gonna build a spot just outside of the office, because as much as this is cool, it's kind of loud. I prefer to have a shelving unit with a workspace just for this. That's my plan, is to build a spot just out there. But for right now, I want it in my office so I can keep an eye on it. All right. Let's see what happens. Maybe because I set up a time lapse, called it too early. So far, okay. Okay, so in my haste, I didn't realize that the roll that I ordered was not PLA, it was PETG. So that is why this was not printing. My temps were not even nearly high enough, and that would make sense why we don't have bed adhesion or anything else. So I'm gonna get everything warmed up again. I'm gonna get this running. I'm gonna pull the card out. I'm in Cura, I'm updating my settings, and that should make all the world of difference. Fuck, I feel so dumb, but I'm kind of excited. I like this. I like the learning. So thank you to Kyle, really good buddy of mine, one of the writers over at ZZX as well. Check out his channel, Life of Kai. Just released one of him drifting in his backyard. So I'm gonna make these changes, crank up my print temperature to around 230 as opposed to the 200 I was at, and let's run it again. Okay, that's already looking way better. Like the outer ring, I'm sure there's a name to it, the skirting, I think it is adhering significantly better to the bed. I mean, we know what percentage it dies at, which is, I believe it was 4%. So as long as we make it past 4%, then I think we're good. This is so nerve-wracking. I just want this to go well, and then I can start making things. I mean, I know there's gonna be a lot more to it than that, but looks good so far. Looks way better than it did. Okay, so it's right around this time that we started running into issues. It's in this top corner. And it looks like it just breezed right past it. We're at 4%. Yeah, we're already at 5, so I don't want to call it too early, but I think we're good. So I'm gonna try setting up the time lapse again, and let's see what happens. Okay, there we are. Hopefully this focuses. But yeah, we got a box. I mean, I don't know. I know if you let this cool off, it will basically break off of there. I don't know if I necessarily want to grab it right now. I mean, I guess I could. Let's try. Whoa, got it. Damn. All right, let's take a quick little peek at this. I don't have any calipers with me to measure how good this is, but it feels pretty spot on. Like, I'm impressed. The edges are super sharp. It's very pointy. You wanna see? Come here, come see. There you go.
I told you to come to
I'm sorry, it just came right off, dude. There you go, feel it though. It's pretty strong, huh?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Do you want to try and
Can
just
I
be?
peel it off?
You can, just be very careful because it's hot. There you go.
Oh.
You want to keep that? You can keep the cube if you want. Okay.
You.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Never see you again. Bye.
All right, so actually, can I get a picture of that? I want a picture. That's done. So I guess next up is going to be the boat, because the boat's the next tough thing. So let's try that one out. It's about 2 hours. Okay, the toy boat is done. It's still in the bed right now. Focus. Oh, I had manual focus on. So there you go. That's what it looks like. So yeah, needless to say, I think it went quite well. You want to take it off? Gentle,
Sure.
gentle with it. It's still hot. Do you just twist it? Is it coming off? Nice. Let's see. Can I see it, please?
Oh, the bottom's hot.
Yeah, it's going to be warm. So, for anybody who knows 3D printing, this is, well, let me just explain it. This is like one of the tests to see how dialed in your 3D printer is. So you can see it's got things like overhangs, it's got gaps that you have to span, it's got really tight sections up in here, it's got lots of detail, and I mean, I think this went incredibly well. I don't know if I could ask this to be much better for right out of the box. So yeah, I am really, really happy with how well this came out. So I'm gonna grab a couple pictures of it first and send that to a couple 3D printing buddies, but what do you think? Is it good?
That's insane.
That's pretty cool, huh?
Oh, look at the bottom.
What's that have on the bottom? Oh, okay, so that's not perfect.
What do you
So our
mean?
base layer is what we need to work on, because that's the
But
little
it
weird
says
thing.
something.
I know.
Gas.
Yeah, so that print went really well. I mean, that's kind of the benchmark that I wanted to hit. So I was able to print 2 things before 5 o'clock. I mean, it's 4:48, so quite happy. I mean, I think all things considered, I was quite lucky. Huge shout out to Mech Solutions, because this was a return from Amazon that they refurbed for me. So I did not set it up. I understand that building your own 3D printer is kind of a rite of passage, but ultimately I just didn't have the time to do it. But I'm sure there's going to be times where I have to tear this apart anyways. So yeah, I now have a bunch of stuff that I want to print, and I'm going to. My wife asked me to print off a stand for an additional monitor for her. Unfortunately, I am leaving tomorrow for a trip, so I won't get to do a bunch of stuff, although I might try and configure this to do a bunch of 3D printing while I'm gone. I don't know. I'm gonna see. I have like 24 hours before I leave, so we'll see. I know there are ways to like auto push things off so you can just keep printing over and over and over again, but I'm a little bit concerned in case I'm not here, although I've also thought like maybe I'll set up a webcam and I can watch it while I leave. I don't know, I have a lot of ideas. I'm really excited. So yeah, huge shout out to Mech Solutions. Thank you so much. Huge shout out to my buddy Kyle for helping me through a couple of the steps. My buddy Joey as well for kind of pushing me to get into 3D printing. Clayton for picking it up for me. So I owe a lot of people a big thank you for this. I have a lot of cool stuff planned with the 3D printer. I also found out there is a filament company that is just up the street from me. So I'm gonna go get that. I'm gonna go check that out as well. Thank you to my wife for not complaining about me buying something new. And yeah, thank you guys for following me on this. I'm super stoked. This is cool. This is a cool new project. If there's things you want me to 3D print, let me know. Maybe what I'll do is the first comment down below to a link to a 3D print that I can do, I will do it. And I will send it to you, I guess. I don't know. But thank you again, guys, for watching. My name is Jacob, and I will, I'm making 365 videos in 365 days, and I'll catch you tomorrow.